What's up, Guardians? Welcome to DNA Weekly Strike, DNA's all Destiny show. I'm your host, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, it's Brian Anderson.
Hello.
What's up, Brian?
Nothing too much.
I feel like we're hitting that rut. We're doing the same show every week.
Yeah, we've definitely found it. It's definitely here.
And it's not really our fault.
Well,
we're stuck.
Once you do, there is everything there is to do.
I know. We were even almost debating whether or not to do a show this week until the challenge mode came out, which is, that's what our show is going to be about today is, the War Priest challenge and maybe dive into what the other bosses could be later on down the road. But before we get to that, first of all, we're going to talk about what we've been doing in Destiny, but then people want to know what else we've been playing besides Destiny.
Well, I can tell you I didn't play Destiny at all this past week.
I did, but that's because I was on the last step of 10 quests, and I finished 7 of them.
With it being Thanksgiving last weekend, I was spending time with family and everything, and then I started playing Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront. I ended up getting that, and I've really been enjoying playing that these last couple of days.
I feel like people are going two ways with that game. They're either really loving it or really hating it. But, I've been playing Battlefront 2 as much as I can, but, that game is just fun.
Yeah,
it's a totally different type of game than Destiny, and it's just fun.
The thing that the game that reminds me most of how I don't want to call it backlash, but the way that people feel about it is Titanfall. Because Titanfall didn't have a campaign, just like Battlefront really doesn't. And if you've played other Battlefront games in the past, which maybe a lot of people haven't, because it's an older game. I'm trying to think what
PS2.
It was before. Xbox. It was we were still high school.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty old game, and we played those, and I had a great time with them. But there wasn't a campaign in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You could do single player matches.
There were
bots, but
well, that's what this campaign is basically.
Yeah.
And so this is definitely more of a multiplayer game, which I always liked PvP best in games, anyways. So I'm gonna gravitate towards that. But I really enjoy it very much. It's a lot of fun. I basically just play Supremacy mode. That's the one where it's got the ship battles going on and the heroes, and it's 20 on 20. You're trying to capture. It really feels like you're in a battle.
Yeah.
Versus Destiny, when it's just it's 1-on-1.
Yeah.
You run into one person, you kill them because it's 6v6 is the max. This is 20v20.
Yeah.
It's not hard to find somebody. I'll tell you that. And you're never just gonna find one guy. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And Rogue Fire, that mode is really fun too. Just jumping in there and flying some X-Wings around and
Well, that's why I like Supremacy, because you can do both. If you want to fight on the ground, if you want to try to capture the points, if you want to try to become a hero, which is harder than it sounds, just trying to find the damn icon to become one. But that's a lot of fun. But then also you can go to the sky and you can do the air battles, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been playing. No Destiny. I didn't even play Trials last week. This is the first time that I have never played Trials. I just didn't even.
Yeah.
That and the people that I normally play with, they're all starting to play other games as well. Every time I get on, I see people on Fallout, Call of Duty, Battlefront. I see a lot of people on Battlefront now. I don't, obviously, since I'm on PlayStation, there's no one on Tomb Raider, but I'm sure Xbox people.
Yeah.
You have people on Tomb Raider, stuff like that. So it's just.
Yeah.
We kind of knew this day was coming, I think.
Yeah, I've been playing. This is the first time I've turned my Xbox on in a long time. I've been playing a lot of Halo multiplayer, which is really fun. It's really fast, and that Warzone mode is really good. And then I've been playing a lot of Tomb Raider, actually. I'm in the Siberia section, which is a lot bigger than I thought it would be, a lot longer, and all the hidden tombs and stuff is really cool. If you have an Xbox One, go get Tomb Raider, and I feel bad for the PlayStation people who don't get to play it until next year.
I can't wait.
It is awesome.
I think I should be getting Tomb Raider here soon, and I cannot, because the first one was just fantastic. I just loved that game.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to play this one. But I actually even beat some old games that were just sitting on the shelf because of Destiny. Batman, Arkham Knight. Finally went through and beat that. I borrowed your Mad Max game, beat that. I started playing Sunset Overdrive again. That game's just a blast too. Like it's just games that I just didn't like. I bought. I was like, oh, I really want to play these, and then I didn't play them because I was playing Destiny. And now that Destiny's kind of, I don't want to say it's dying off, but it is kind of getting stale.
We're hitting that wall.
And like it's taken me over a year to hit the wall, but I am starting to hit it. It's kind of nice because now I'm able to like bust out these games that have just been like collecting dust, and they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, I even turned on my Wii U for the first time the other day.
And my Wii U still just sits there.
Yeah.
Of course, you might be getting your Wii U out this weekend.
Yeah. Well, I asked for Xenoblade Chronicles for Christmas, so I won't be getting it out till Christmas. But like I have been playing Wii U. You know, me and my fiance are playing Mario Kart often.
Did you get Mario Maker? You got Mario Maker.
Mario Maker is a blast. I mean, if you are a 2D side-scrolling Mario fan, that is
that looks pretty
that
awesome.
is the game. Plus, with the new update, they added a bunch of new features for free, a bunch of new items for free. Like, remember the floating sun from Mario 3?
How could I forget?
Terrifying. Yeah, and they finally added checkpoints, which is something
nice.
people were asking for. So that's really cool, and it makes the game so much better. I mean, they added some levels to the 100 Mario challenge, which is really fun. And then, I mean, it's kind of what I've been playing. But in terms of Destiny, like, I only played for a couple hours last week because I was on the last part of some of the quests. Like, I got the Chaperone finally.
You're finishing up those weapon quests, huh?
Yeah, I finally got Black Spindle, which, you know, I like that weapon, but there's not really any point to use it now because I got my Touch of Malice.
Well, I mean, the raid, well, tonight, like,
my 1,000
we're going to talk about... Well, we're going to talk
powerful.
about the challenge mode here in a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about the Black Spindle.
Okay.
With that.
But, yeah, in terms of just straight up Destiny, like, I installed Fallout. I'm starting that soon. So, like, I mean, we're hitting that wall to where, like, we were talking about on the way over here, where we might turn this show... We have some ideas what to do with this show while Destiny has kind of hit its wall.
Yeah.
And even to the point where we might even just keep it that way anyway and just have a Destiny section of the show. But, you know, I'm hitting that wall too. Like, I'm hitting a different wall than I hit last year. You know, last year I hit that.
Last year was more of like you're frustrated with the game wall.
Yeah, this is just like I'm bored now. Like, there's
like,
not a lot to do for people who, you know, we run the raid every weekend. Like, I'm 315, you're what, 318, 319 almost? And
I'm up there.
Yeah.
I think I'm 317, 318 or something.
So after we hit that point where there's like not much for us to do except for play Trials every weekend, or, you know, when Iron Banner comes around.
Well, Trials isn't even worth it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's just the rewards just aren't. They're just not worth it. I don't think the guns I don't think any of the Trials guns are just like, oh my goodness. Like last year, I don't know why I call it light, but the last time Trials was around, year one Trials, that Messenger was worth it. Like, that was one of the clear-cut best PvP guns in the game. You wanted it if you wanted to be competitive. There's just nothing that they offer that is like, oh my goodness, I'm going to sit here and play Trials for a couple hours to get... No, it's just not even worth it.
Yeah. But... with that said, we are going to play a little bit tonight. We are going to talk about the first King's Fall Challenge, which has arrived and proves to be pretty rewarding.
Yeah,
I mean people are talking about it.
It sounds like what they are offering, that it makes it worth it.
Yeah,
especially because I know for a lot of people that Artifact, you have a 310, but a lot of people. So this is offering what, a 320 if you beat it on hard.
Yeah, so 320 Artifact on hard mode.
310 for normal.
Some people are saying they're getting like really, really good weapons out of it too.
I think maybe I'm sure I thought I heard, and this might just, I don't know if this is true, but I thought like 320 weapons maybe.
Yeah.
Or a 310 rocket. I can't remember what.
Somebody said they had a 320.
320. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they're like on the hard mode they're even dropping 320 weapons, which is nice, but
yeah.
What's the point to getting to 320?
Yeah. There's really not one right now.
No.
I mean, 310 was that sweet spot to do the hard raid, and we have that down. Like, you know, we'll hit that spot where we mess up once or twice in each set, like, especially later on in the raid. But, like, we've got that down to where we can do the hard raid in probably an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, hard raid's not... I mean, this is how every raid goes. Like, the first time you do even the normal raid, it's hard. You learn it, it's easy. Hard raid, the same thing. So this challenge mode, it's nice. It's a nice change of pace, but I don't think it's enough. to keep people really intrigued. Like, well, it's what you're supposed to beat the War Priest in 2 turns.
You have to kill the War Priest in 2 rounds.
In 2 rounds,
and which is okay. I mean,
on normal mode, that's just a given.
Yeah.
Like, you're basically already beating him in 2 rounds on normal. Hard, I think.
I mean, we've been doing it.
I think we do it in 3,
easily.
but like we back off a little bit on that second because we know we're gonna get him.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, there's no point in like pushing the issue on this one.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, it'll be because obviously they're just gonna go in order with the bosses. So like next week will be what, Golgoroth, and I have a feeling it'll have something to do with the pods. Like you know how we do the 1 pod strategy. It's gonna be something to do with that where that's not gonna work, or you have a time limit.
Yeah.
Death Singers.
It's gonna be similar to the War Priest, I think. Kill
But
them in 2 rounds.
we already killed the Death Singers, and like
I know.
I basically call that 1 round, but I guess that's considered 2. Like we kill them both. We kill the first one, then we kill the second one. Like that's how we do it, hard and easy.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be similar. The only interesting one to me is gonna be Oryx.
Oryx, that one could be fun. Like that one might bring me back. Like these other ones are just gonna be like, okay, do it this fast or do it in this many turns. But since there's so much going on in Oryx's fight, there's a lot of things you could play around with. That one could be cool. I mean,
you could play around with the knight. You could play around with the platforms. You could play around with the ogres. You could,
Yeah, I hope everyone and I hope it's not like, okay, beat Oryx in. I'm trying to think how many. What does it take us? Like 3 or 4? 4? Does it take us 4 turns?
Yeah, usually 4 or 5. Probably 4. It takes us 2 to get teleported.
4. Yeah, it takes us 2 to get teleported, and if you get every single orb, I think it takes 4 on hard. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what it takes us. If you miss an orb, because sometimes we do that just to keep people alive, it takes 5.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, they could do like beat them in 4 turns. Mm-hmm. Like that's what we're already doing. Like that's the thing with like the War Priest. Like the normal War Priest, how are you not already beating him in 2 turns?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Especially like if you're over 300, you should be able to kill the War Priest in 2 turns on normal.
I mean, yeah, maybe if you're a team full of warlocks, you can't do it. But if you have the Night Stalkers and the Titans, like how you're supposed to like kind of have a full team that with some diversity, like I said, I've always said I like to have
you hit those 2 tethers.
2 tethers,
you hit
not
that
obviously not in the same time, but you tether one until it runs out, then you tether the second one, and that's how you're gonna have to do it on hard. You're gonna have to have the tethers. I mean, it might even be helpful to have like 3 hunters because you can get 3 tethers off in a run. But I mean, that's basically just how it's gonna work. You just have to use your supers right, and then Black Spindle, which I know you like 1,000-yard stare, but I like Black Spindle for that boss specifically.
Yeah.
And Golgoroth because you don't have to reload. You can just keep shooting if you're hitting those precision shots.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Black Spindle though.
I'm pretty sure Black Spindle
Black Spindle is only 290. That's
your problem. But it hits harder than 1,000-yard. I think it has more impact. I think it has the most impact.
I have been thinking about just infusing my 1,000-yard stare and just buying it because I have 200 legendary marks and you can go buy that weapon.
I don't know if you want to do that. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but that's actually not a bad idea.
I just don't have enough weapons to infuse it up. That's the only issue.
Yeah.
With me, but that said, I don't feel like grinding strikes or anything.
Oh gosh, no. Nope.
Even try that. Like
I'm so done with the
grind. With the relays, I can infuse that fusion rifle if I get it into my 1,000-yard stare, but at the same time, I don't really I don't want to grind strikes. I don't want to do these other things. Like I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
I don't even run the Nightfalls anymore.
Part
of it's their fault. Part of it's their fault because they made it so crappy at the very beginning, and then second, the fact that they don't have elemental primaries.
Yeah,
like that just really annoys me. Yeah, because that kind of made it. It made the Nightfalls fun. To go through and just feel that powerful, even with just like your primary.
Yeah, and the fact that the last 3 Nightfalls I ran, I got a ghost, which
I still get crap.
I'm just
it's still not very good.
Okay, I understand people are searching for that ghost, because it's still hard to find unless you're raiding or running a Nightfall. But I get a ghost every time we raid, and I get a ghost every Nightfall.
They added it into the loot table, but then they put it a too high of a drop rate on it because they're like, oh well, we're gonna drop this high for the people
and I don't need ghosts. I want I don't know. I want something else. I don't know. I'm not trying to put this game down because we play it within our circle and our audience. There's only a couple people that play as much as we do, and I understand people are still grinding to hit 300 within our little community that we've built. But I'm bored. I'm seriously bored.
Well, and like I said, that's why like during the summer and stuff, when there really wasn't anything else to play, like okay, I'll get on and grind it. But now like I'm sitting there, it's like, do I want to run a strike for the 1,000th time, or do I want to play something that I, haven't played very much?
That's why we're migrating towards Battlefront. And that's why I've migrated towards Halo, because like I'm still a big fan of Halo multiplayer, and that's why I've been playing Tomb Raider and finally got around to putting Fallout in my PlayStation, and like that's why we're migrating towards other games. And it's tough, but I mean, and it sucks to do that too, because this is what our show is based around is this one game, and like we're gonna hit these spots where we're having the same show over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but as far as the challenge mode, I still think like
I don't think it's enough.
It's not.
So we'll just go with that.
I
mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know. What do you think? Yes or no? Is
no,
that enough
it's not
to keep
enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. Changing the content you already have is not enough for me.
No, I agree. You need something different. You need something new. Challenge mode is
giving me new content. Yes, I will jump right back in. But changing the content you already have is not enough.
I mean, that's not necessarily true, because like having a normal and hard raid, like that's same content, but it's different. And like I really enjoy when you.
I mean, like this far in, because at this point last year, Dark Below, which at that point we didn't really know anything about Dark Below.
Mm-mm.
Like we were excited because there was new content coming. Okay, we don't know. Not only have they not announced any new content, they haven't even teased anything really. The only thing we've been hearing are rumors from places like Kotaku and Polygon, who've reported the Cabal raid and the Cabal storyline that might be coming in January or February.
Well, I mean, you have to look at it like this: the people who play games, Destiny, any game really. I mean, gamers are intelligent. For the majority, I think that they're very smart. They can figure things out quickly. And when Destiny first came out and you were starting at 0, and then you had to figure out, once you got to 20, what to do after that, and then figure out the raid, that took people a long time. Mm-hmm. So they had a big window to like not really do anything, because you had the game that people were trying to figure out. Well, people have figured out the game. So they're beating raids faster. They're getting better. They have figured out the game so that everything, you're just beating everything quicker now.
Yep.
And that's why I think it's starting to die off, because you don't have that window anymore.
Yeah. I don't know, but for me, this challenge mode's not enough. It's not enough. Like, it's just not for me. But that's kind of all we're going to talk about this week. We do have a few questions, and we do have a bounty winner, so we'll get to that. Yeah. But we're going to go into our questions first. I mean, most of them are kind of the same. Ray Osorio asks, I hit Destiny wall again. How can I reignite the spark of interest eventually? Of course, I need to play my backlog of some of my other games first. P.S. I still need to complete the raid because of time and scheduling. But, I mean, the raid isn't necessarily for everyone either.
Well, I mean, that's what the game is. Like, the raid are the big, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to complete. So, like, if you haven't done the raid, I mean, I know it's difficult because that's timing, and it takes a long time, and it's hard to get 6 people and everything. And it can be stressful.
Which goes back to our matchmaking point.
You're right. That was last week. And, I don't have an answer for what's going to spark it for you. I don't know what, because even PvP is starting to wear out for me, and that was like my big thing where, okay, I beat the raid, and but like every PvP match plays differently, that's why I like that. Mm-hmm. Like if you just rely on a single player campaign, well, once you beat it, you're kind of done. Mm-hmm. That's why I've always liked PvP, sports games. Every game is different. Mm-hmm. You don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But even that's getting stale for me, because you know what? I do know what to expect when I play these PvP. Because guess what? Everyone's using the same guns, going to the same spots, doing the same thing, using the same supers. It's just, even that, I've just had it.
Yeah.
So I would say play those other games, which is what I'm doing, and then maybe being away from it for a while.
Maybe in like a couple months or something, when maybe they announce something new, or you're getting that itch again, jump back in. But
back in, yeah.
I'm honestly, Ray, I'm hitting the same wall. I'm ready to play these other games that I've been neglecting for a few months.
I mean, there's some other really good games out there, and I haven't, I had a really good time playing Batman. That game was so much fun. I think I beat it in like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
not quite 100%, but like I think I got at least like 90. Like I almost beat the whole thing, and obviously I'm gonna start playing something else now because I'm not the same person I was when I played a game I had to beat 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not quite there. I mean, I still like I even busted out Diablo 3 the other day because I only have like 1 or 2 achievements left to platinum it.
Yeah.
So I figured, I'll platinum this, and but I say play some other games.
Yeah, play your other games. Like, I know Ray's got Halo. Play Halo. I know that they're really into Fallout because they've, the Nerd Overdrive guys have really souped up PCs. Go play Fallout. Find those cool mods for Fallout. Like, do that. Did you see that Buzz Lightyear mod?
Yeah,
for
I
Fallout?
saw it.
That was
That's
awesome.
like the one thing because I always see, because I was really big into Skyrim, and people would always post, "Oh, check out these mods," and it's just like being just on a console. Like that's damn. I wish I could do that. Like some of the mods are very, very impressive.
I wonder how many of these mods are going to come to Xbox or PlayStation because these consoles can support mods.
I know, and that's why I don't know why they haven't because like Skyrim they were cool because like how much I like there was one where like they had lightsabers in it and like that's just stuff like that's cool to me. So that's like the one thing I am jealous.
Yeah, or like the GTA mods where you can play as Iron Man or something. Those are cool too. So yeah, I mean, go play those other games.
See, that kind of stuff would get me to come back to play old games like mods, but on the console, like it's not really an option right now.
Yeah. Again, Nathaniel Palmer asked, "Do you think changes they made to the raid with challenge mode made it any harder, and what could they do to make it more of a challenge?"
I mean, I don't think it's harder because most people are already trying to beat it like when you're playing a raid, you're trying to beat it as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
So like you're trying to beat them in 2 rounds. So like they need to change it up. Like have something different happen. Have the boss do something different. But just to be like beat it faster. Well, isn't that what you're trying to do every time that you play it anyways? You know, it's like it's like running track. You're always trying to improve your time. Well, it's the same thing when you do a raid.
Yep.
You want to beat it faster. You don't want to do the same thing over and over again and have it take longer.
Yeah.
So they need to change it so no, I don't think it's any harder personally. I mean, some people maybe they can't or they don't have the weapons or to be able to drop them in 2 turns. I don't know. To me, that isn't enough. Like you need to have something going on during the raid that completely changes it.
Yeah, it's I mean, no pun intended. It's a challenge to make this more difficult for people. I mean, it is
called challenge mode.
Yeah,
but this week, I mean, Golgoroth could be.
Yeah,
depending on what they do with that.
Golgoroth and Oryxes are the 2 that I can really see them playing around.
Yeah, I don't really know what they could do with the Death Stingers. The Death Stingers isn't very hard.
No.
But yeah, Golgoroth and Oryx. It'll be those ones. They could, if they wanted to, could make that very difficult. But no, I know the one this week it does not impress me.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet though. But I mean, that's how we play it anyways. So that's why.
Yep. At CodFanFF, how do you feel about Trials so far? Would you ever like to see them change it up like they did Iron Banner?
I don't change it up like Iron Banner.
Yeah. I mean, would you like a new game mode for Trials?
Well, you mean like since it's 3-on-3, like make it salvage or something?
I don't know.
That would be awful. No, I like that I like how it's set up where it's like elimination. If you die, you gotta you can respawn people. Like I like that game mode where you can't just like die as much as you want and just respawn and come back. I don't like those. I've never really been crazy about the Call of Duty where even Battlefront, like it is fun in that one because that's kind of the point of that game. But
that's not nearly as competitive as Destiny or Call of Duty though.
I mean, not yet. I'm sure people like you could get competitive with that game, but like the way that I play it, it's just very casual. Like I just want to get in it and I just want to fly an X-wing and blow shit up. But the drop rates are good right now, and they added bounties, so that was new to make it. That was more like Iron Banner. But as far as if he's asking about like changing the game mode, no, because that's how Trials should be. I don't think Trials should be played like salvage or anything awful like that. That would be terrible. But Trials it's just getting stale to me. I understand what he's saying. Like it definitely needs something, and I just think the rewards aren't what they should be.
Yeah. You want that weapon like the Messenger from Year One, or
like
or something like that.
They made the Reflection Sum is the Trials pulse rifle, and I mean we have the weapons update coming out here. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what the exact date is on it.
I think it's like next week or 2 weeks
when that comes out. Like, we'll see what happens with the weapons, and that could change how I feel about Destiny again. That could make me want to come back. Like, maybe because like I'm tired of, like, if you look at my character, every character has like 3 it's just all pulse rifles. Mm-hmm. And then I have like 1 scout rifle that I use in the raid. Because that's like, I don't use pulses in PvE, but like all my other characters, it's just all pulse rifles. That's it. Mm-hmm. So I think it'd be cool to like have some different weapons. Yeah. And so like that might maybe bring me back in to like try out some of the assault rifles that I have or something like that. But yeah, Trials I think needs to do something with its reward system. Yeah. I don't like the guns that it's dropping. Yeah. Because like there's no difference between the Adept version. Well, actually there is, but it's like it gives it an extra perk where if you're the last living member of a fire team, it handles better. Like it reloads. So that's like what makes the Adept version different than the regular version. Like in Year One, it gave it elemental damage, which I thought was cool because then like you would use those guns in Prison of Elders because that's what the new game mode was. Mm-hmm. So like I think that I still feel that way. They should have like elemental, and that would make them even more special because primaries don't have elemental right now. So if you did something like that where, the Trials guns have elemental damage, well, hell yeah, I want that. Would make even the hand cannon that you get out of it like purposeful. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have that to me right now. But no, I don't think they should change the game mode. I think it should stick to the elimination. That's like what it is. Like, like it works for Banner. I just don't know what else you would change. Like, what are you gonna do? Like a 6v6 Trials?
No, that would be not.
That would be kind of epic, but not at the same time. Yeah. Because it'd be so hard to get 6 people to be on a team, and good luck going flawless with that.
Okay, that's kind of all the questions we have this week. We're gonna move into our weekly bounty. Yeah. We only had a few entries, but
I don't think a lot of people are still playing.
A lot of people are also intimidated by the PvP aspect of it, which, it's. I mean, that was our bounty. We were gonna switch it up. Like this week's is just show something really cool that you did in Destiny, whether it's a kill or like some kind of weird sparrow jump maneuver or whatever. But last week's was show us your coolest or most stylish Crucible or Trials kill. Our winner this week and our Guardian of the Week is Sean Church. He wins a $10 PSN gift card. His video, you should look it up. It's on the Facebook group. I think
it was Trials, and it was on Rusted Lands, and he was using the Hereafter, which it's an interesting choice. I don't like the sniper, but he sniped the first guy, and then he had like a double snipe, so he killed all 3 guys. Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a pretty
wiped out the team.
Pretty awesome video. I think he was the last one standing too.
I don't think so.
He wasn't.
I don't think so.
But anyways, that's our Guardian of the Week.
It didn't make it any less impressive. It was still a pretty cool kill.
Yeah. So that's our winning bounty. This week's bounty is share something cool that you did in Destiny this week. Anything PvP, PvE. The winner will get a $10 gift card of their choice. Sean, I will be contacting you after this episode airs to get you your PSN code. So, anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
No, I'm not sure that we'll be doing a Destiny show next week. Like I said, it kind of depends on when this weapon update comes out, because that'll probably be the next thing that we talk about. Yeah. But other than that, there's not a lot going on in the Destiny universe, so I'm not sure. We will probably be back. Yeah, I don't know
we will have some sort of show next week. Yeah. Whether it's Destiny centric or not, whether we want to switch up the show entirely or not, that we're going to talk about that off air. But we will have a show next week of some sort. So. Thank you for watching DNA Weekly Strike. Remember, you can always follow us on digitalnerdadvocates.com. You can like, subscribe, and share our YouTube page. Like this video. Give us some feedback. Make sure you rate us on iTunes. You can find us on the DNA network of shows where all of our audio from all of our shows goes up there. You can find all of our Destiny content on digitalnerdadvocates.com/destiny. You can follow the show, DNA Weekly Strike, on Twitter. You can join our Destiny community. There are people who are still playing Destiny a lot. Join our communities. Our DNA community page, you can also join that if you have content you want to share or just want to talk games or movies or whatever. I know a lot of people are talking about Civil War in that page right now because that trailer came out, which was awesome. Really awesome. A lot of Star Wars stuff's going to be coming up too from us, so make sure you check all that stuff out, the upcoming stuff, and until next week, we're out.
Good hunting, Guardians.